Well, Victoria, Henry, and Oliver, nice to meet you. I'm Bastian from Chile. How are you guys?
Good.
All right.
Victoria, my first question is,
Well, there's a lot of differences, but maybe the main difference is that we're exploring different subject matter. So while the first season was exploring, to simplify it, was exploring grief through the dynamics of a genetically related family, this season is exploring love through a community of, I don't know, I think we're all kind of misfits.
The keys, I think the keys are, it's about love. It's about how we reconcile love and loss within ourselves, you know, and what are our biggest fears and how we challenge them, how we face them, or if we face them and challenge them, or we run away from them. I think those are the biggest themes, really. Love, loss, revenge, and this really murky, darky waters. And do we dare to tread water? Do we dare to dive in the water and deal with it? I think those are the themes. But mainly the main theme is, and keys are about love. Love and connection.
I don't think you do. I think, you know, we're acting, so it's our job. The next job you do is entirely different from the last one. I mean, the only thing that we had in common, I guess, is that it was coming from the same mind. So it was a familiar. So there were certain casts that were familiar, and the kind of the core production team behind it were familiar. But I think that. It's kind of our job. Like, we have to kind of play different characters all the time, and so I don't think it was necessarily hard this time around. I think it was more exciting to be able to work with the same people and play entirely entirely different characters. I mean, I think all of the characters of, of Hugh Crane and Nell Crane and Luke, the characters that we all played this season are so far from those that it was definitely a joy.
Yeah, it was exciting because we actually had some scenes together, which we didn't have the opportunity to do when we worked together before because our characters were on separate timelines. So in a way, we had all worked together without actually working closely with one another. So to have that opportunity was also a lot of fun. And as Ollie said, to be in a completely different character in a familiar, working environment is pretty exciting.
I think because it's a way of almost processing fears that we do have by being able to watch another character go through the same ones and be able to relate to them. And what the ones, for example, that we keep rewatching, we're rewatching those because, there's Easter eggs in them and we want to figure out all the plots. But in terms of escapism from everything that's happening in the world, I think it's useful to watch these things and to then be able to relate how somebody's dealt with something and to kind of gain power from that within ourselves and to be able to overcome certain fears of our own. I think it's really important that we do that.
Victoria?
I think I was way more afraid of the dark. Like, I definitely needed a light, like a sleep light. I don't know now, I don't think I need that anymore. I like the dark. I get really irritated if there's even like a sliver of light when I'm trying to sleep. So I should just wear an eye mask. I should get an eye mask.
And you, Oliver, and Henry?
I feel like when I was a kid, I remember vividly being very scared of the witch.
Me too! I couldn't watch Sleeping Beauty.
I couldn't sleep with the book. We had the book and the VHS. And my parents took out of my room. Of the VHS or the book and get me. And so what I would do is I would go to sleep with shoes on, so that when she arrived, not if she arrived, but when she arrived, I could kick her.
That is so clever.
Smart. That's a smart 2-year-old.
As a kid, I am still afraid of worms. They're for me. I really hate worms. Worms, probably the dark when I was a kid. My mum used to make us play. We used to play Murder in the Dark as a kid, which was where we would go and hide and she would come find us and then pretend to bite us. And it was terrifying. That was a true drama. But it was really fun too, because I knew it was my mum and it wasn't that scary. But the dark. The dark and worms, I think.
Tania, the same question.
Mine was those like drawbridges. I used to have nightmares about these drawbridges. I'm walking over and it's really high up and I slip through. Not the drawbridges, those swingy rope bridges things, with the wooden planks, and you might slip through. So mine was
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones bridges, those bridges. And also, which is just random, but I used to have this recurring dream, and it was like a series episode for years, and everyone would be these fuzzy, like when you get white noise on the television screen, there will be these babies, and if you touch the baby, it would eat you. It's just so random. I know what goes in the kid's head, but yeah, mine was, it used to be called the fuzzy babies, and the fuzzy babies would come. So it was all in my head.
Oh, yeah, okay.